Welcome, everybody. This is another podcast presented by the Appalachian News Express. I'm Jeff Vanderbeck, publisher and fellow Rotarian. Today we have some Pikeville Rotarians joining us today to talk about some of the great things that are going on at the Pikeville Rotary Club. There's a lot of activity going on there, and we want to talk to these folks about what's going on at the Rotary Club, what they're doing, what the Rotary Club does, not only locally, but internationally, statewide, and all that other stuff. There's a lot of things happening. We've got a lot of information to go to. So without further ado, Karen, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Karen Roberts Prater. I am the current president of the Pikeville Rotary Club.
Okay.
And I'm JJ Walker, a newly minted member of the Pikeville Rotary Club, but getting a good induction very quickly.
You haven't gotten your blue badge of courage yet, have you? You're still on the red badge?
Yes.
Those stinking badges. I don't need no stinking badges. So Rotary meets every Wednesday at noon, and sometimes we meet at the arena or we go up to the Overlook.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's interested in becoming a Rotarian or just wants to, have a lunch with us and talk about what's going on, please come up by the event center at the Overlook, or that's probably the best place, or call the News Express at 437-4054, ask for me, and I'll let you know where the meeting is. We welcome people. We want to increase our membership because we believe that this is a worthy cause. So Karen, as the president, tell us a brief overview of what Rotary is, what it does, and then we can go from there.
Okay. Well, Rotary is an international organization, largest charitable organization in the world, has the highest charitable giving rate in the world. There are 1.4 million members worldwide. Made notes so I'd get the numbers right.
But the district governor was in town today, and he made all this information, so I'm sure you were taking notes.
Yeah. I was. There's 46,000 clubs worldwide and in over 200 countries and territories, provinces. Of course, the Pikeville Rotary Club is one of them. It began in 1902, so we've been around over 100 years. I think we are the second largest civic organization in Pikeville, next to the Women's Club. If I understand that correctly, they're a little older than us. But the Pikeville Rotary Club, the motto of Rotary in general is service above self. So that's what we try to do. We try to do things to raise funds to give back to the community.
One of the things about, these charitable organizations, I mean, when you talk about some of these bigger places, the CEO gets millions and millions of dollars. What I like about Rotary is that when you give money to the Rotary organization, when fellow Rotarians, or we go out and donate money, or we collect money for these events that we're going to talk about here in a minute, a lot of that money, most of that money goes to Rotary. And some of that money goes to international. Some of that money comes back to us.
It comes back to us, yes.
Our district governor today talked about how much money came back to this district, to this region, when we had flooding in this region. I know that many years ago, our club alone raised over $50,000 for the folks in Letcher County.
Actually, in the 22 flood, we raised $325,000.
Like I said, it was over 50,000. Karen, stop breaking my couillons, will you?
It was a little more than 50. We actually raised and distributed throughout the entire region.
Right. And I remember, our Rotarians were going out, we're crossing, things, giving out gift cards to people, giving bottles of water to people, doing things. And in the 25 flooding event we just had, we raised more money and got money back.
Oh, yes.
So that's a big thing. And that's all. And then the district governor said that the tornadoes in early this year out in the western part of Kentucky, our district gave money for that as well. When you give to the Pikeville Rotary Club, you know that a good portion of that stays within our organization and it stays within our region. And then some of that does do that. One of the main goals that when the Rotary was developed 100 and some odd years ago, one of the things that they wanted to do was eradicate polio.
Yes.
So talk to us about where polio is now, where we are with that, and what's going on with polio.
It has been, and I don't have that stat down for how many years, but we're down to, I think there's only 12 cases worldwide, and they're in kind of a third world country that's hard to get to for vaccination. But within these last years, we have just about done it.
And that money that Rotary raises goes right to polio vaccinations, and we're all about vaccinations, regardless of your political affiliations. The bottom line is that the polio vaccination works, and when the Rotarians can get in to vaccinate people, they will be free and clear of polio, and they can live their life polio free. And that is probably a huge kudos to what Rotary has done. So that's a big thing, and I wanted to make sure we made that point.
And one of the examples that our district governor made today was one of the recent wars that has been going on in a Middle Eastern country. I can't remember which one, that they actually got a peace negotiation for a week. And during that time, Rotary stepped in, and Rotary volunteers gave out over 600,000 polio vaccinations in a week, which is a mind-blowing number.
Yeah, he said that it was a couple years back, and it was in the Gaza Strip, and I sat there and I'm thinking, we gave out, our Rotary has given this out, and I know I'm going to sound doom and gloom and stupid, but we saved 600,000 people from polio, but how many people got killed by shelling because of the fighting? And, and he said, we can't stop wars, but we can ease the pain and suffering that people are going through. So if countries and businesses would live their lives like Rotary lives their life, we could be a much better planet and organization. But that's for a whole nother.
We can do a whole nother.
We could do that for hours, but it'd take a lot of liquor to get through that.
There you go. So actually, a few years ago, a Pikeville Rotarian went overseas and distributed polio vaccines,
right.
And it was Jean Williamson and Clark.
Yeah,
she went, and to this day, when she talks about it, she sheds tears about just how these children would line up, not knowing exactly what it was, but knowing it would keep them from getting sick.
Sure. And that's a beautiful thing. So, all right. So today we've got some things to talk about. We've got some fundraising events we've got going on. I think the first thing coming up is the golf ball drop.
Golf ball drop.
Tell me, what the heck is a golf ball drop? What are we doing?
We go, before you're president of Rotary, you have to go to President-elect Training Seminar. And so we're there with other people in your same position from all over the district. And I got this idea because another club had done it. Actually, the Kenton County, Kentucky club had done it. And they had a golf ball drop. And they sold numbered golf balls, or the number on the golf ball, and then dropped them, had a mock hole, and, did a closest to the hole, whatever,
Sure.
Came up with a few things. So I thought, that's something that we could do that, wouldn't be tremendously expensive, and hopefully raise a little money, because, our projects are kind of expensive that we do. So what we're going to do is on September 6th, we are going to have at the Coal Run City Park, we are going to have a bucket truck, sponsored by Eastern Telephone and Technologies. I think it's got a 46-foot lift. We are going to drop 500 golf balls down onto the ground. The one that's the closest to the hole, we're going to create a hole, a mock golf hole. And the one that's closest to the hole, or it may actually go into the hole, will receive a $200 gift card and 2 tickets to our upcoming Taste of the World event, which those are worth $25 each.
Right.
The mystery ball, which we will just let artificial intelligence pull a random number that morning, that numbered ball, doesn't matter where it lands, that person will get a $100 gift card and 2 tickets to Taste of the World. And then our Tough Luck prize, the one that's the farthest from the hole, will get a $50 gift card and 2 tickets to Taste of the World. So for $15.
So how does somebody go out to get it?
You can actually purchase golf ball with this QR code.
Right.
Or you can go to the website, is www.rotary6740events.com.
Okay. And I'll have that, that ad is going to appear in the News Express. So you can look in your local News Express here real soon and get that in there, and you could scan the QR code and donate. It's going to be a fun event, going to be a lot of fun happening.
I think, yeah.
People raise some money and do that. Another thing we got is our annual Taste of the World event that we got coming up. It's on September 11th.
And that's on September 11th.
And that's going to be at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, correct?
Yes, they partner with us every year for that.
So this is a really unique thing, because we have people who come in, they make food, and they have different stations from countries all over the world. That's why it's called Taste of the World.
Yes.
You can get Moroccan food, you can get Italian food, you can get Polish food, you can get, Libyan food, you get all kind of neat food from all over, and people enjoy that. So talk about that process.
Again, you can get the QR code out of the Appalachian News Express for that, or go to that same website and purchase tickets for that in advance, or you can buy them at the door. Right now we have 16 different stations that are going to be there. I mean, so there's going to be lots of opportunities
Different
for
relations, meaning
different
food vendors.
Yes.
Not vendors, but people making food.
People
Gotcha.
making food. Yeah, we have Italian, we have Indian, we have hillbilly, we have
Where's
Irish.
that from?
Well, might be our neighbors, down the road. Appalachian hillbilly. That is our soup, beans, cornbread,
Sure.
fried potatoes, that kind of thing. We have Mediterranean, we have Caribbean, we have Greek, Chinese, Mexican.
Sure.
I mean, just about anything you can think of, it will be there.
And if I'm not mistaken, last year, U Pike football team kind of helped out with that, or they?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That we have, yes.
You gotta love what U Pike is, their football team, and all their sports are doing for our community. So I want to thank them for doing that.
Absolutely, yes. They come and help with setup and cleanup, and they're on our list to do that again this year, as well as other U Pike students, and we have high school students in the area that will also come and help.
So another thing we've got is the annual pancake breakfast that happens in first Friday in December.
Yes.
And we'll as we progress into that, we'll let the folks know about that. But that's a huge event that we do. It's one of our largest fundraisers. We raise a lot of money for that. It's a big thing. We've been doing that for many, many years, and we have
70 some years. Yeah, that's scheduled for December 5th.
December 5th
At the Appalachian Wireless Arena. It'll be 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And that's always a big event, and you get the all you can eat pancakes and sausage, and if you're lucky, Karen will come out in a little thing there to kind of serve your food for you.
I provide curb service.
There you go.
I mean, we will provide
we've heard that about you.
Yeah,
the whole
that's another podcast, Jeff. But yeah, we Eastern Telephone sponsors a dedicated phone number that day. You can call in if you want to do an order.
Right.
Just come down Main Street. I will meet you at the car and bring you a bag of pancakes and sausage.
Which is exactly what I did last year.
Right.
See, you're new to the organization, so you got indoctrinated early, didn't you? Baptism by fire.
Yes.
So you were like the pancake gopher. So your first week there, you said, "How can I help you?" We'll run these out to that blue car out there,
and that's one of the things. I very much, one of my passions for our area is what can I do to make it a better place.
Sure.
And I feel like that Rotary exemplifies that exact statement. They're making our community a better place, and that's why I wanted to be a part of the organization.
One of the things that our organization does is we raise money and do stuff for kids going back to school. So were you involved, JJ? Were you involved with that process with the backpack program?
A little, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a neat thing, wasn't it?
Right. Yes. I've helped care even before I was a Rotarian. I was helping and volunteering with Rotary.
Yeah.
You got to stay away from her.
Exactly.
She's like a damn tornado.
Exactly.
Within 100-mile radius, she'll just spin around and she'll just suck you into that.
And look, the two of us together,
it's double trouble.
Exactly.
And then the other thing that we do a lot, we raise money and we give stuff to the nursing homes in the region. And then you probably weren't privy to this, but a couple years ago, we all went out and sang Christmas carols.
I've heard about this. Yeah.
We do that at every nursing home.
No, I've been asked to just donate my time and my stuff and not go to the nursing homes.
I don't sing, so
I don't carry a tune. I can't carry a tune, let alone that. So
no.
But that's another thing that the organization does that is for our local people. And there's a lot. I know Eva is really involved with that.
And that's how the whole program, the skilled care facility started, because Eva's father passed away during COVID, and she had to have a drive-by funeral. And at that time, I was secretary of the club, and she came to me and said, I want to do something for the nursing home because my dad was a deacon in his church, and could we do something for one? And I'm like, I think we got to do, how do we pick one? Yeah. We have to do all four. And that was like at the end of October. And we went out, we raised some extra funds, we got some sponsors, and we were able to do gifts for every nursing home resident in the county that year.
It was, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. We maintained that.
We have maintained that. And
sure.
Last year, we outfit for the start all 25 rooms at the Veterans Transitional Housing Facility.
Yes.
Located at Shelby Valley. We buy the basic stuff to start that. We do that for Christmas and help them. But our nursing home project, we buy a huge bag and we literally fill it with either pajamas, sweats, a gown, whatever the facility tells us they need, socks, toiletries. We give them enough supplies to last them several months because
Right.
some of these people, they don't have anyone to bring them.
They don't have family, and so that's
Right,
part
so,
that's
yeah.
part of the giving back to the community that we do.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's always a great project.
And we actually deliver. We will schedule that in December. We'll get that.
JJ's going out. He's going out there with toiletries and pancakes, right? Yeah.
Exactly. But we will schedule that and we'll post that on our social media. So, and we'd love to have anybody that would like to go with us to deliver. We literally have a trailer full of stuff that we take to each.
Right, and everything,
building.
not everything gets put together, and bags get put together. So we're always looking for volunteers to help us.
Always, and that's something else that U Pike Football has helped us with sorting and arranging. And unfortunately, what Eva and I have done for several years is we go out after Christmas and hit the clearance sales and pick up some things. Right. And North Point had been gracious enough to allow us to store all that in their basement.
Right.
Then they got flooded, so we lost our inventory. So this is a big project, and it's even bigger this year because we're starting from scratch again.
Storage too. So
yes,
we're looking for that. One of the things that we do, and if we didn't mention this, I'm sure Shirley and JR would just really get hacked off at us. Coach for Kids.
Coach for Kids.
Shirley Blackburn and her husband JR, they've been very instrumental about raising money and getting coach from all over to bring here, and they separate them. And if you've ever done that, it's, we go down in the basement at the right now it's the Pikeville Medical Center's building, and or we do it at
we did it at North Point
last year, and it's hot and it's grueling and it's backbreaking, but at the end of the day, there's 1,500 to 2,000 coats, and there's 2,000 children in Pike County that are going to benefit from coats.
Yeah.
Separate them and do that. And Shirley Blackburn, I mean, she actually, and I don't know if she's full of garbanzo beans or not, but when you talk about this, you could see the damn tears right down. I'm like, Shirley, stop it. So, but anyway, that's also a good thing on.
Yeah, Rotary is instrumental in that. We coordinate and our volunteers do. Yeah, the bulk of that sorting and organizing and actually do some of the deliveries.
Sure. And how long have you been a Rotarian, Karen?
A little over 18 years.
Okay. And JJ, if Karen didn't twist your arm and pull your leg hard enough, what is the most exciting, or what do you think about? I know you talked about giving back to the community, but what do you think is the best reason why? If you can describe why you wanted to become a Rotarian and what you think it's done, can just tell me about that.
It's basically reiteration of what I said. It's making a difference in my community. It's making it a better place. Just going back to the nursing home patients, so many of those from the, I had a grandmother that was forced into a nursing home in her later years. And so many of them, never, they had no one. I mean,
Sure.
My family became their family.
Right.
And so you see that, and and these people, they don't have anything, they have nothing left over out of, what financial means that they have. And so it really, really makes a difference for them. There's kids out here that don't have coats. They need that. I mean, it's just meeting a need in our community that's not getting met in other ways. And I'm just happy to see people identifying these needs and striving to meet them and achieve them for them.
When I became a Rotarian 20 some years ago, they really wanted me there because I brought the mean age down tremendously. Now, some of the guys, it's so funny, they come limping in and walking in, and, they've been a Rotarians for 25, 30 years. And, Meryl Clark has been there for 40 some years, and all these folks. And, it's one of those things that once you become one, you do it for a very long time. So we got to give a lot of credit to those Rotarian folks that have been there, done that, and are continuing to do and give back to the community, even if they don't show up for some of the stuff they know in their hearts that they've done this before, and they continue to support. So that's a good thing.
And one other comment that I'd like to add is, as being a new Rotarian, a lot of the people in Rotary, I kind of know on the peripheral. It's like I know them, but I don't know them.
Sure.
But it has been very inviting. It's been very just welcoming to be there, and everybody's like, "Oh, come on in, we're going to do this or this," and I feel like I made this comment earlier today. We are very, very lucky with the Rotarians that we have here in Pikeville that have achieved so much inside of Rotary.
Sure.
They've held several offices, not only in local but district and state and even further levels. And there's so many people that you can learn from and grow from, that I feel like we're very lucky here because our Rotary is so active.
Well, there's a lot of experience, that's for sure.
Yes.
So wrapping things up real quick, we got the golf ball drop, we've got the Taste of the World, we've got Pancake Days coming up, we got all kind of stuff. Go to the Pikeville Rotary Club Facebook page, scan the QR code you'll see in the News Express. Anything you can do to help, that's fine. Come have lunch with us. We'd love to have you. And, you'd love to be had. So, guys, I really appreciate your time today. Thanks for coming by. Thank you for what you're doing for not only the Rotary Club, but for the community at large. And I know that behind the scenes, a lot of people thank you very much.
Thank you for letting us come.
Thanks, guys.